Palu's perspective. Sadly, we don't have this on a YouTube file this time, but at least we can do the 5-second go back. So, okay, mainly against Ike, something to keep in mind is when you play against Ike, his Nair is obviously his biggest tool, right? And the main way of beating his Nair is to preemptively predict his jump and interrupt him before the Nair comes out. That's overall the best idea of how to beat his Nair. You can also try to wait for the Nair to like whiff and then go in, but it's very hard for many characters due to like how little landing lag you have. Even like if you parry the Nair, sometimes you don't even get a punish. But it is possible to whiff punish, but it's really hard for many characters. So main idea is to punish him in the air as he's like jumping. And a lot of Ike players don't really want to be on the ground that much, since his ground movement is not that good. One thing overall a lot of people do too much in this game as well is when they air dodge, they directional air dodge, you have so much lag. Most of the time it's better to do a neutral air dodge and then try to drift and make it hard to tell which side you're gonna land on. When you directional air dodge, it's very easy to tell what side you're gonna land on relative to your opponent, and you have so much lag. Alright, so even though this is only 2 ledge trap scenarios so far, what we can tell is that this Ike seems to tend to prefer to do aerials and retreat, so he can like cover rolls too. Like here, retreat aerial to beat up or beat aerial from ledge. Then second time, same thing, and he beats the roll. So he seems to act early. Some people are like always acting early. Against these people, it can be good to like wait on ledge a little bit and then act. Oh, waited a little bit and we got away with it. Let's go. Yeah, we're mainly talking about this sets from Palu player's perspective. Yeah, that was almost a whiff punish. If you're not super on point with your timing, so you can like punish them before the shield or spot dodge. It basically comes down to, do you think they're gonna shield or spot dodge, or maybe roll? That's what people do when they whiff a move and someone tries to whiff punish. And whiff punish obviously is like they miss a move and you try to punish them during their lag. So in this scenario, since you are late, it basically comes down to, if you think he's gonna shield, then you grab. If you think he's gonna spot dodge, you can wait it out, punish it, or if you think he's gonna roll, then chase the roll. But dash attack is like not a good idea and got you punished. And yeah, this Ike player keeps jumping a lot when he ledge traps. So in this scenario, if he jumps and you think he's gonna keep retreating, it's actually for a lot of people quite a bit harder to punish regular stand-ups. You can fall down and do like forward tilt, for example, but it's something to keep in mind. And yeah, here, this spacing, he can't cover jump from ledge either.
It's Nair time.
Here's another one of these scenarios where you land with an aerial, or the Ike player rather lands with an aerial, and he doesn't get the punish, right? And then a lot of people buffer shield or spot dodge. Rolls people don't do as much for some reason. So again, it comes down to predicting if it's either the shield or the spot dodge that is coming. And he seems to tend to prefer shield. Not a fan of that counter. The reason why this counter wasn't very good, like, sure, he could have jumped with an aerial, but it's still quite low damage. And in my experience, most people tend to not go too aggressive in those type of scenarios when they have a kind of limited recovery. So it's better trying to cover his like jump or air dodge to ledge. Oh yeah. Yeah, it also set you up for like a hard ledge trap since, yeah, you were stuck in lag still. And since you were stuck in lag here, you gotta just face the fact that you can't cover this jump from ledge since you're still stuck in lag. It's a very important concept in Smash to not like overcommit when the timings are not possible to do any longer. Yeah, was that? Yeah. Oh. Yeah, treating corners, really important in Smash 2. How do people tend to get out of corners? Do they tend to jump? Do they tend to roll? Do they tend to attack? So it's very important to keep in mind how people treat corners. Also, we don't really see any interruptions of the jumps. It's very important against Ike. Like when you're close to Ike and he's on the ground, then it's a good time to like jump and throw out an aerial. As I said, like Ike doesn't want to be on the ground for too long and too much. And it is like, I would say, the key way of beating him. And Palu's Nair is a fantastic tool to do that. Yeah, it was pretty good with punishing. Yeah, Nair, good. Being parries. Yeah, Explosive Flame, I can see being very good against Ike. So learning how to position those correctly could be very, very important. One thing that occasionally can be good against Ike too, is to actually just go out and get hit by a side B. You can try to like hit it, of course, as well. But even if you get hit, he often doesn't make it back if you're like quite a bit out. Yeah, I would say on those type of percentages, the risk reward for a parry is not really worth it. Because if you miss the parry, you die. But if you land it, many times you don't even get a proper punish due to how low lag it is. The only time it might be worth it is if he's literally right in front of you and not spaced. Otherwise, I would for sure not go for the parry. Yeah, what's up, Ash? Thank you for 100 bits. After the set review, we have a friend coming over for some offline practice. So probably no online today. Yeah, the Nairs. Keep going. Yeah, see? That was interrupting. Interrupting the jump. That's what we want to see more. See here? Interrupt the jump. Explosive flame you gotta be careful on like relatively close ranges. Yeah. Jump from ledge or regular stand-up seems to be the best against this Ike player. He seems to cover rolls and aerials from ledge a lot. Yeah. You gotta work on the counter timings as well. This is like the third counter or something that didn't work out. Alright, so the Pichu pick. Yeah, this should be quite hard to land moves against Pichu. Yeah, a lot of the directional air dodges still, see? And now even though the Ike was not even like, you know, that close or anything, he still easily got the punish. Oh. Important when you're above people not to just throw out a move. This gets people killed so much in this game. Yeah, still. Yeah, he doesn't cover the jump. Another directional air dodge and easy punish. Yep. Oh yeah, that was a good whiff punish. It's hard but possible to sneak in those grabs. Good Nair. Not quite. Oh no. Yeah, against Ike you really need to put priority that when in danger, it's many times just better to just try to get the shield. It's not worth it to like overcommit. You die so early, especially as Pichu. Like as soon as you do this move, like actually more here. Here it's honestly obvious that your T-Jolt is not gonna land. You do not have enough time to jump and punish him. So here you just have to accept the fact that defense should be your mindset here. You can't get a move out and beat him here. Ooh, almost. Sorry. Yeah, I can't. Shield grab in this game sucks. It's like never works. Ooh, almost. Yeah, that uppy is so easy to 2-frame for a lot of characters. In this type of scenario, most of the time, when you do this uppy to ledge, you should preemptively hold out in case you get hit to try to make the follow-up harder. But yeah, I feel like we did go over quite a few important aspects. So some advices I would say is beat out Ike's jump preemptively. So more punish before the Nair rather than after. I would say less directional air dodges because it gets you punished a lot. be careful about the parries you decide to go for. If the risk is dying and the reward is almost nothing, then it doesn't make sense. But yeah, it was quite a few more things we went over as well. But I hope this set review was helpful, Omar, and to everyone that watched it. And yeah, now is the time to ask questions.